Welcome back to the H&T Cycling Show. Today we're going to be covering Stage 12.
Yeah, so Stage 12, another big climbers stage today. The GC favourites and the GC contenders are going to be out there looking for some time on Chris Froome. Chris Froome obviously the one that's in the driving seat at the moment in the leader's jersey. He's got a team that looks like they're ready to go and take the fight to the rest of the guys. So we'll see how it goes. Tony, a little bit more details about the stage today?
Big stage today in racing. 6 categorized climbs, as you've said. We're finishing on 1 or 2 real hard climbs. Bearing in mind what's come before, it's going to be interesting. I would imagine that Team Sky would be happy to let a Breakaway go today. Let the Breakaway go up the road, and they sit back and they control what they want to do. We saw Froome in his interview saying he didn't want any of the GC guys to gain an advantage, so that's going to be their game. Let's keep the GC guys back with us as long as possible. Let a Breakaway go, and again, we sit controlling and we take care of ourselves.
Okay, so again, a perfect tactic that Froome is trying to employ for the stage today. He's going to look at keeping his guys as fresh as possible. We'll chat about why he's doing that a little bit later, because we feel that there's a tactic that's coming for the stage that's coming ahead. The other thing is Froome now has been awarded his 50th yellow jersey. So that means Froome has spent 50 days in yellow. That puts him in a very, very elite class of Grand Tour riders. The likes of Eddy Merckx, Bernard Hinault, Miguel Indurain. Those are big greats of cycling. He's now written his name on that same list. Massive achievement for him. How many more yellows can he put on? Only time will tell.
Yeah, great that he's up in that kind of quality, with those quality types riders. We know that Froome has already stated he wants to go for that fifth Tour de France victory. He's well on his way to the 4th at the moment, if everything continues to go according to plan, but we know this is bike racing.
Yeah.
One slippery corner, one loss of concentration, the man's down on the deck and the yellow is gone.
Yeah.
However, if everything keeps going according to plan and according to Sky and Froome's plans, we should see him getting a lot closer to the overall yellow leaders total jersey, which I think Eddy Merckx holds.
Let's just quickly cover the last 3 climbs of today's stage. So we've got an out of category climb as the 3rd last climb. Then we've got the 2nd last climb being the Perizord, which is a Cat 1. So 2 big passes that they got to get over. Straight after that, they top out, they go down just for a little while, and then they go up and they finish on the Perigord, which is only 2.8 kilometers long. Average of 8.5%. It's steep, and after you've been muscling your way up 2 big ass mountains, that's going to hurt. What's happened on this climb in previous years at the Tour de France?
Well, there's a number of interesting things. In 1997, the Perigord was the backdrop to the James Bond movie, Tomorrow Never Dies.
Yeah.
So hopefully Froome is looking at changing that name, and maybe Froome Never Dies. Okay.
That's a good name.
He gives it to them again on that climb. Let's go back a little bit as well. 2012, he was teammates with Bradley Wiggins. He was riding for Brad Wiggins in that tour, and he put in an attack. Okay, Froome was the only guy who carried. He actually dropped Wiggins. Who knows? Is he going to be sitting on this climb today saying, okay, I'm going to attack? Is he going to attack and then look back and say, well, I have to wait for Wiggins? Do you think Wiggins is still going to come across to him today? Who knows? Wiggins isn't there anymore, but that's what he had to do in 2012. I don't think he's going to have that kind of noose around the neck.
So yeah, just to clarify that, in 2012, he was one of the super domestiques for Wiggins that led him to the victory overall in 2012 and taking the yellow jersey. Froome had to work for him. Froome dropped him. Froome had to drop back and nurse his leader all the way to the finish line. I think today it's going to bring back some memories for him. He's going to probably attack and kind of like look back and think, oh, I must wait for Wiggins. But luckily, bud, you don't have to wait for Wiggins. You put your head down and you go.
Could
we see it again?
Could we see a Breakaway succeeding again on a stage like today? Would it be in the interests of Sky and Froome? We haven't seen too many breakaways happen. Yesterday caught with 200 meters to go again. What are the chances of that kind of thing happening today?
I think it's a very realistic chance that a breakaway could stay away today again. We had one breakaway succeed so far in this whole tour. Now, remember, we're now sitting on stage 12 and only one breakaway has succeeded. There's a couple of breakaways that have come within spitting distance of the finishing line, but have been scooped up by the sprinters. Now, if we have a look at it, it's got breakaway written all over it. So guaranteed the first hour of today's racing is going to be flat out. The guys are going to be going as hard as they can to try and make that move, knowing in the back of their minds that there's a possibility of this break staying away. If it does stay away, it might suit Team Sky's sort of tactics to just control the pace, set it at something that's reasonable for them and comfortable for them. If the other teams want to make it difficult, by all means, go and make it difficult. Try and make it difficult for them.
Well, that's interesting that you say that, because there was an interview we picked up with Baudet, AG2R, saying, he wants all the GC teams to work together to put Froome under pressure, to damage him, to hurt him. AG2 are not scared to go out there and say, we need all the GC riders teams to work with us to damage Froome. How awesome is that for Sky and their confidence?
Yeah, I mean, that's just once again showing how dominant Sky are in this tour at the moment. They've come there with a team prepared to help Froome right down to the last second, and the other teams, it's questionable. We've spoken about BMC, how questionable their team tactics were and how questionable the team was that was built around Port, who no longer is in the tour, unfortunately. But it's the same for Baudet, it's the same for Aru. All of these teams don't have one outright leader. Yes, Baudet is one outright leader, but now we never see AG2R actually on the front controlling the race for him, or AG2R setting up an attack for him. And in my opinion, he's right. One or two or three of the GC riders teams are going to have to work together and hope and pray that their firepower is strong enough to do some sort of damage on Sky. If not, they're going to find themselves on the back foot and they're going to get hurt again today.
Well, how would Froome love to be isolated with the other GC contenders on that final climb today and say, okay, boys, now let's see who's got the canonis. Let's see who can do the job.
Who's favourite to win? The stage.
Look, stage, inside I feel that a Breakaway can succeed today. If I was sitting in a DS's car, if I was part of Sky, I would be happy for a Breakaway to succeed today. I'm going to put my money on the guy who sits at the back of the bunch every day, Daughter's Steve-O Cummings.
Okay, so we've built this as a day for you, Steve-O. You need to put your hand up and get out to the front of that race and make things happen. Cheers.
Next time.